Hello, what we're going to do is learn how to do basic CSS animation. Um, and we want it to look like this. Let's try this in the end. Go up to it, kind of eases in, and does a little wiggle at the end. So this is how you do that. It's the 3 TRs: transition, transform. First it's transform and translate, and then we add transition to make it smoother and better. We'll start from scratch, and let's go to new, open. With everything, you start with an empty folder, and you see CSS animation from scratch. And yeah, I'll save this for sure. And yes, I trust. And we do the new file. And this is an index.html file. And let's just go ahead and do the boilerplate. And let's name this as CSS basic animation. And we will learn in a different video tutorial, a different day, how to do the more complex tutorial. Put this down here. Now, we're not using script, but we're doing everything again in body. And I label it as parent and child. The child, just remember, is inside the parent. It's the hierarchy, and just they're different div classes. So it's a div class inside a div class. So I'll show you what I mean real quick. And this is very simple. So I'm going to go div class equals parent. And hopefully it has a closing. Yep. Has the closing div right there. Okay. I don't know why I did that. And then you want to go div class equals child. Again, these are just labels to make you understand, like when you put a div in a class inside of a div. This is the overarching div, and this is the sub or lower hierarchy div. So one's inside the other. So that's all you need with HTML, and I think that's all you need for this whole thing. You do need, again, style.css and the href, that's for sure. Is that right? Okay. Now we do the style, where most of the magic happens, because we're doing animation again. CSS animation. So we want to start, obviously, by doing the dot parent and the bracket, and we have the closing bracket, and I'm going to do background color aqua. You can do whatever color you want, and I'm just going to do a height and width to make it you know, make a little square of 400. So just 400 and 400. You can use whatever size you want within. Okay, was that right? All good? Okay, that looks good. And there's no errors. Okay, now we do the child, and it's about the same thing. It's just a different background color, so I can show you. Why is that dot child? Okay, background color. Let's go for red, and then height, and it's going to be smaller. It's going to be half the size. That's why I'm doing 50%, and width is 50%. All right. We're not even in the animation yet. Okay, is that right? No errors, right? Oh, wow. That's good. That's a good sign. So this is where the magic starts. When you hover over it, the child does something. So how do you do that? Well, you go hover. Yeah, that looks like it's working. And then you space child. So when you hover over the child, it moves. Transform. To translate. And we're moving X. So I think that's left to right. And notice what percentage I'm putting in. You have to come back in here and change it to 100%, just so you kind of understand. And I think that's it. So that's all that's happening with this. Let's see if it works. Hover. So when you hover over these two elements together, or these two commands together, pushes it X 25%. Okay. All right. I don't know if that'll work. It seems like it will. Yep. I go up, boom. Go up, boom. But it's all jerky. It's all wacky. It's all jerky. And let's change that. So this is step 2 of the tutorial. And this is called adding the transition. Now, adding the transition just makes it smoother. But not only do you do that, but part of your, before you start that, you do your task, turning that into 100%. See how it does? And it goes all the way to the edge. Very cool. All right. That is your task, your first task. All right. Now, you with transition, you have to do it with child. Otherwise, it doesn't quite work well. And I'll show you what you do. It's first of all, you put it inside child, and you don't put it in parent. So you put it in the lower hierarchy, or whatever is being controlled, not the controller. Transform. So look how there's different origin style box. There's all these different transforms. I'm just going to put transform general, and that way everything is possible. You could do so I'm gonna do there's the delay, there's ways it can transform, and this will make more sense. I'm going to say it's going to transform. It's going to take 1 second, and this makes it more of an animation when you do this. And then I'm going to go ease in and ease out. Let's do this. Let's bring it the ease in and ease out. I think that's what it needs. Ease in, ease in, out. Save. Let's start this over. I think that let's start this all over. Okay, no errors. Sometimes it's just easy to do. Transition. It is all. I don't need to do anything else. Transform. 1 second. Yeah. Boom. Ease. There it is. For some reason, it just wasn't. There's an error, and you see, there's no error. So this should work. All right. Boom. There you go. It's easing in and easing out, easing in and easing out. Now, a super duper duper cool trick, a super duper cool trick is going in actually inside of this ease in and ease out transformation and customizing it. And how do you do that? You go into, see if I remember how to do this right, inspect elements. There, right? Okay, so I've clicked on the child because that's where the ease in and ease out. And notice that I have this squiggly line here. So you click on the squiggly line right next to ease in and ease out. And then you can customize it. And this is a cubic Bezier curve. So say if I wanted to, and you use these little things. What if I do that? What if I go like this? You just play around with it. Oh yeah, that brings it. Zoom back. Go zoom back. All right. So, or you can do these presets as well. But so what I want to do is copy this, copy right below here. It says cubic Bezier, and replace this. That, and that'll be the customize. Okay, perfect. Ooh, is that it? No errors? Wow. I think it might work. So it has a funkier, more customized version of it. And let's see if it works. Yep, see, it goes over and it comes back. So it's kind of a fun little wackadoodle kind of thing. Oh yeah, and it goes over there. So that's a customized curve. That's how you do it.